Hello guys, we are from Group F1 and our group consists of 7 members. About Solidwork. Solidwork is a solid modeling computer-aided design, CAD and computer-aided engineering CAE computer program that runs primarily on Microsoft Windows. Solidworks is published by Dassault Systèmes. So now we are going to explain some parts drawing, for example like base, fan and etc. assembly. My name is Chamunggit and I am going to explain the first part, spider base part. First step, you have to select a top plane and create a new sketch. Step 2, create a center rectangle from the origin and set it for construction. Smart dimension the line 70 mm and width 70 mm. Step 3, create 120 mm center line from the origin and draw another center line through the middle of the rectangle. Draw a 25 mm line perpendicular to the center line in the middle. Step 4, click on circular sketch pattern and choose the 25 mm line for the line to be copied in another 4 directions. Step 5, draw a 18 mm line perpendicular to the center line and smart dimension it 82 mm from the end of the line. Step 6, set the 18 mm line to construction geometry and create another 18 mm line on top of it. The gap is 4 mm between each other. After that, join the lines beside it by drawing lines. Step 7, draw 2 circles with a diameter of 3.2 mm at construction line and set distance of 6 mm from the circle to the center line. Create circular sketch pattern and choose the jointed line and 2 drawn circles to be copied to another direction. Click pause extrude and set the parameter to 4 mm. Step 9. Create center line and draw an octagon shape on the top plane. Make the 4 opposite lines equal properties. Step 10. Set the dimension of gap between the vertical line and the base to 6 mm. Set the lines at the corner to be parallel with the base, and the gap between 2 parallel lines is 9 mm in dimension. Step 11. Extrude cut the sketch and set the parameter to 2 mm. Step 12. Draw a center line and a trapezium shape at one side of the base. Make the shape symmetry with the center line. Set the distance between 12 mm line and origin to 15 mm. Click on Sketch Fillet to fillet the 4 corners of the shape. Step 13. Click on Circular Sketch Pattern and choose the shape that have been filleted for the shape to be copied on another direction. Next, extrude cut the shape. Step 14. Draw a corner rectangle at the origin on the top plane and make it equal length of 15.25 mm. Next, draw a circle with a diameter of 3 mm at the right corner of the rectangle and extrude cut it by true all properties. Step 15. Draw another 8 mm diameter circle from the center of the small circle and convert entities to the small circle. Pause extrude the circle with height of 1.5 mm. Step 16. Click on Reference Geometry and choose Axis. Choose front plane and right plane. Next, click on Circular Pattern and choose the extrude cut and pause extrude circles. Step 17. Fillet the 4 pause extrude circles.
My name is Cheng Wan Chai. Now I'll explain how we draw our parts spider arm. Step 1. Select top plane and create a new sketch on it. Step 2. By using line, draw the following shape and using the Smart Dimension feature to set the dimension according to a photo. The 2 circles at the top are set as for construction and the line connect with the top circle is central line. Step 3. Using fillet feature to fillet the corner by using radius 3 mm. Step 4. Set the dimension between the center of the top circle and the center of the bottom circle 82 mm. Set the diameter for the 2 bottom circle 3 mm. Step 5. Draw the following shape by using line. Step 6. Set the 2 circles at the top 12 mm at 16 mm. Step 7. Set the 3 circles inside 2.2 mm and the degree between them are 90 degrees. Step 8. Draw a circle at the center with dimension of 4 mm and set other lines into their respectively dimension shown in the photo. Step 9. Using fillet feature to set the following corner 10 mm. Step 10. Then draw the following line with the dimension given in the photo. Step 11. Then draw a triangle at the right side and set the dimension between them 8 mm. Draw 8 isosceles triangles using the line created in Step 10 and set the side of the triangle parallel to each other with dimension 3 mm. Draw a triangle that's same with the triangle on the right side. Step 12. Using extrude cut feature and choose up to next to cup shape for Step 11. Step 13. Draw a rectangle and using corner rectangle to extrude cut it. Make the surface flat. Step 14. Using fillet feature to fillet all the corners of the triangle with 0.5 mm radius. Step 15. Switch to the top plane and start to draw the line according to the photo. Convert entity the two circles in it and extrude boss it 10 mm. Step 16. Switch to the left plane and draw a rectangle with the dimensions shown in the photo and extrude cut it with through all. Step 17. Draw a triangle, then set the angle 45 degree. After that, extrude boss it with 10 mm. Step 18. Then convert entity the triangle on the mouse left hand side and extrude boss the triangle up to the surface. Step 19. Draw a sketch according to the shape and dimensions shown in the photo and extrude cut it using up to next. Step 20. Using fillet feature to fillet the edge using 2 mm. Step 21. Then chamfer the edge with dimension 45 degree and 7 mm. Step 22. Then fillet 3 edge with 2 mm radius. Step 23. Fillet these 2 edge with 3 mm. Step 24. Fillet the edge with 5 mm radius. Step 25. Draw a circle at the bottom of the plane and use smart dimension as shown in the photo to set the circle position. Use extrude cut feature with 6 mm to cut a hole on it.
Let's draw another part, which is spinner. So firstly, select front plane to create a new sketch. Then select line and draw the shape shown. And define all the dimension of line according to the picture shown. Now, select revolve both and select the vertical line to get the shape as shown. Next, select the upper face. Then draw a circle and give the diameter of 9 mm. Now, select the face, go to the features and select whole widget. Here we want to make counterbore, so choose the counterbore, then set the standard as metric. Select the socket head cap screw for the type and set the size as M2. Also, set fit to the normal and set the direction as through all. Next, go to the position, find this 4 position show and draw it. Now save this part as spinner. Then let's make another part.
So now let's see the fan part. First, select the top plane and create a new sketch. Then draw a circle at the origin and set the diameter to smart dimension of 11.50 mm. Then extrude the sketch with parameter of 6 mm and set the circle to mid-plane. After that, on the front plane, draw a central line for construction from the top of the plane to the bottom surface. Then select the line and the origin and add coincident relation to them. Use smart dimension to set the angle between the central line and the bottom line to 13 degrees. Then select the reference plane and click the central line for the first reference and the front plane for the second reference to create a new plane named as plane 1. Then select top view, then on the plane 1, press sketch and select the circle surface. Press convert entity to make a new circle on the plane 1. Press the split line, draw a curved line from the edge of the circle as the diagram below. Then draw a straight line from another side of the circle just like a diagram. Continue draw a straight line until the end of split line and draw a line to connect both of them. After that, fillet the end of straight line and set the parameter to 5 mm and fillet the end of the straight line and set the parameter to 3 mm. Press trim entity and select the lower part of the circle to cut it away. Now, extrude the blade of the fan with the parameter of 3 mm and set the drawing to mid-plane. Select the blade, then press circular pattern in the direction 1 slot, select the curved surface of cylinder, then set the number of instance to 2 and total angle to 360 degrees. Draw a circle on the top face of the cylinder and set the diameter to smart dimension of 5 mm. Now select the same circle and press extruder cut and set the direction to through all.
For the next part, I'm going to introduce to you the steps drawings of motor. In step 1, by using line, we are going to draw the structure as shown in the diagram. Define the dimension as shown in the diagram by using smart dimension. By using line also, sketch the structure shown and define the dimension as shown in the diagram. Once again, by using line, sketch a square with dimension 0.5.0 times 0.5 mm and a rectangle with dimension 2.0 mm times 0.3 mm. Follow the dimension as shown in the diagram. Next, trim the unwanted parts of the structure. By using revolve base feature, revolve the drawing by 360 degrees to form a 3D structure. On top plane, we are going to draw a circle with 9 mm diameter and mark it as a construction line. Draw a small circle with 2 mm diameter. Select the circles and use the features circular sketch patterns to create 4 similar circles around the construction circle created in previous steps. After that, from the center, draw a construction with dimension 9 mm by using line features. On steps 10, draw a circle with 6 mm diameter and at the end of the construction line. Construct a structure that connect two ends of the circle as shown in the diagram. Trim the unwanted parts. Once again, using circular sketch pattern features, we are going to create 6 similar patterns which arrange orderly and equally in a circle. Select extrude cut features and extrude the previous structure drawn by 7.5 mm. On bottom plane, sketch 2 construction circles with dimension 12 mm and 60 mm. Draw 4 2 mm diameter circle, 2 in inner circle and 2 in outer circle. After finish drawing, extrude cut the circle for 3 mm. And finally, edit the appearance of motor by using the application available in Solidwork. Thank you.
In order to draw the second electrical unit of the drone, first select top plane and create a new sketch. Create a center rectangle from the origin. Smart dimension the length and the width of 0.65 mm. Then, by using sketch chamfer with chamfer parameter of 0.1 mm, chamfer all 4 points of the rectangle. The step 4 is select sketch 1, then choose linear sketch pattern in order to create 3 identical structures. In direction 1, choose one edge of the rectangular with spacing of 2.54 mm in n instances of 3. The entities to pattern are all the lines in previous sketch. Click on the exit sketch. Step 5 is choose front plane, then choose normal tool and create a new sketch. After that, sketch a vertical line based on the midpoints of each of the line in sketch 1. Sketch a horizontal line by using the endpoint for each line in sketch 2. The endpoints of the line were set as max vertical. After that, smart dimension the first vertical line as 9.08 mm, second vertical line as 6.54 mm, and third vertical line as 4 mm. Also smart dimension the first horizontal line as 14.48 mm. Then click on Sketch Fillet function. Fillet the edge of 3 lines in sketch 2 by fixing the fillet parameter at 1 mm and exit the sketch. Step 10 is choose Swap Boss or Best function. Right-click Profile and choose Selection Manager. In the Selection Manager, choose Select Closed Loop and select the first closed loop at the left mouse and press OK. Then right-click Path and choose Selection Manager. In the Selection Manager, choose Select Open Path and select the line at the left mouse and press OK. The process was repeated for the middle closed loop and line, and also for the right mouse closed loop and the line. Then choose all the swap and click on Edit Appearance. The steps to choose the appearance are Appearance, Metal, Copper, Polish Copper. After that, choose Right Plane. Select Reference Geometry Plane. Set the offset distance at 7.5 mm and press OK. Then create a new sketch at Plane 1. Choose Center Line and draw it using the center of the closed loop. From the top closed loop, draw a center line to allocate the center of the closed loop. Then, by using center line as reference, draw a center rectangle. Start at slightly above the midpoint of center line. Smart dimension the rectangle with which having length of 7.62 mm and width of 2.54 mm, and the distance between center of first closed loop and the top line of rectangle is 1.27 mm. After that, chamfer all the edge of the rectangle with sketch chamfer function. The chamfer parameter is fixed, which is 0.5 mm. After that, choose Sketch 3 and click on Extrude Boss or Best function. The depth is set as 2.5 mm. Then choose the Boss Extrude 1 object and click on Edit Appearance. The color chosen for this object is dark gray. Then choose Linear Pattern function to create 5 identical Boss Extrude 1 structure. In direction 1, choose one edge of the Boss Extrude 2 with spacing of 2.54 mm and instances of 5. Also empty direction 2 and choose the body of Extrude 1 in solid surface body to extrude function. The final step is from dynamic toolbar, select Insert, Features, Combine. The operation type, choose Add, and bodies to combine, choose the whole drawing and press OK.
For the sub-assembly of electrical board, the first step, set the electrical unit parallel to the side that we want to make. Then, select the face that the electrical unit contact with electrical board. Next, set the face of electrical unit contact with electrical board with coincident method. Then, set the electrical unit parallel with the side of electrical board that we want to make. Set the distance between the side of electrical unit and size of electrical board to 8 mm. Then, set the distance between the side of electrical board and the face of electrical unit to 0.3 mm. After that, set the distance between the base to 1.5 mm. Now I'll explain all the steps to assembly our parts. So step 1, make the base of distribution board with face of spider base using coincident. Step 2, make the hull of distribution board with hull of spider base using concentric. Step 3, make the base of spacer with face of distribution board using coincident. Step 4, make the hull of spacer with hull of distribution board using concentric. Step 5, make the top of spacer with the base of electrical board using coincident. Step 6, make the hull of spacer with the hull of electrical board using concentric. Step 7, make the hull of distribution board with hull of electrical board using concentric. Step 8, go to the toolbox and select pen crosshead and select M3 x 13 mm parameter. Step 9, insert the board into the hole. Step 10. By using circular component pattern, select axis 1 of spider base and rotate 360 degrees in 4 numbers of instants with the component board and spacer. Step 11. Concentric the hole of spider arm with the hole on the spider base. Step 12. Make the base of spider arm with the face of the spider base using coincident. Step 13. Make the base of the spider top with the face of the spider arm using coincident. Step 14. Make the hole of spider top with the hole of the spider arm using concentric. Step 15. Make a pen cross head bolt which is M3 times 30 mm. Step 16. Insert the bolt into the hole. Step 17. Prepare nut which is parameter M3. Step 18. Make the nut with the bolt using concentric. Step 19. Make the base of the motor with the face of the spider arm using coincident. Step 20. Make the hole under the motor with the hole on the spider arm using concentric. Step 21. Prepare a pen cross head bolt which parameter M2 times 6 mm. Step 22. Insert the bolt into the hole under the spider arm. Step 23. Make the base of the spinner with the face of the motor using coincident. Step 24. Make the tube of the spinner with the small tube of the motor using concentric. Step 25. Make the base of the fan with the face of the spinner using coincident. Step 26. Make the hole of the fan with the tube of the spinner using concentric. Step 27. Prepare a M4 nut and put it on the tube of the spinner. Step 28. Make the base of the nut with the tube of the spinner using coincident. Step 29. Make the front plane of the assembly with the front plane of the spider base. Step 30. Make the top plane of the assembly with the top plane of the spider base. Step 31. Make the right plane of the assembly with the right plane of the spider base. Step 32. Set the electrical connector parallel to the base of the spider arm and side of the electrical connector coincident with the side of the spider arm. Step 33. Set the tube of the pillar concentric to the hole under the spider arm and the surface of the pillar contact with the base of the spider arm with coincident. Step 34. Using circular pattern feature, select all the components that connect to the spider arm except the fan. Set the rotate point on the axis 1 on spider base. After that, concentric and coincident other fan with the spinner. Step 35. Select the whole part of the spider arm and use circular pattern feature to make another corresponding spider arm. Repeat the process again with another spider arm. Step 36. Use the white method in Make to make the battery placed on the center of the spider top. Step 37. Now all the parts are fully assembled.